Nyxarity here, and welcome to My Thought Mondays. I've got a special treat for you this week, because I promised you last week a surprise. And the surprise is that I went LARPing! Woo! Oh my god, it was so much fun. So the LARP that I went to, I did a lot of research about LARPs in general and watched tons of YouTube videos. So, little shout out and a thank you to Mama O'Brien for having videos, because you're adorable and you're beautiful. I love you. And your LARP videos are kind of fantastic, and the reason that I actually made an effort to find a LARP group. So thank you. And also a shout out thank you to Kazumari LARP Girl, because you are the other reason that I looked into actually getting into a LARP group. So thanks guys, if you ever see this video, I love you guys, you're amazing, and thank you for making me want to do LARP. Or, well, not making me want to, because I kind of already wanted to, but thank you for giving me the inspiration to actually go out and find a LARP. I had so much fun. But yeah, so the LARP group that I joined is a battle-based LARP group, and they do events every 2 weeks, and they're almost completely just, you know, beat the crap out of each other, which was cool. Because boffer weapons and actual, like, stakes in fighting are really cool. But it was kind of obvious by the fact that we had Adventure Day today, that the story aspect of their LARP is lacking maybe a storyteller. In all of the research that I did expect kind of to have, like, a game master, so that we would understand what was going on, because I didn't expect them to, you know, set up an entire scene in a park. You know, I expected them to have general, like, layouts of where characters were supposed to be and what we were supposed to be doing and adventuring and whatnot. But there wasn't any, like, GM that was like, this is what you're seeing. But, yeah, so here's a quick little snippet that we actually filmed in the woods right after we finished our storyline for the LARP today, told by me, Eris Bladestorm, Cat Campy, and Misery. So, enjoy! Today is actually Sunday for me, but I went LARPing for the first time today, so woo! That's why I'm all in fancy costumes, because I'm fabulous. But yeah, so fun stuff happened, and I like playing with my cape, don't mind me. So our first adventure on the event page said that we were rescuing a princess or something, but I guess what ended up happening is we slayed a dragon and rescued a prince. So, that was cool. I actually missed that, but my friends that are with me, one of them actually was the Dragon Slayer. On her first...
All hail Brenna Bladestorm! Woo! Hey guys.
Yeah. So, Eris Bladestorm, as I've mentioned a few times on my channel already, played Brenna, which you'll see in the introduction of this video if you watch that. But, yeah, so she's now Brenna the Dragon Slayer on her first LARP adventure. Hell yeah! So now you're going to hear a little bit about the experiences from everybody else, and then I'll go through my experience a little bit more for you guys.
Hey guys, it's Eris Bladestorm here, and so my first experience LARPing. Now, I do a lot of Pathfinder gaming and stuff like that, but I finally wanted to actually get out and do something, like sword battles, dragon slaying, and prince saving. Yeah, I saved a prince. He was up a tree. But, no, so I have no idea what I was doing. I guess there was a magical shield that was, like, protected against, like, fire and stuff. And I ended up getting it somehow. I guess one of the other adventurers dying, and on my way from coming back from dying the first time, I took an arrow to the knee. Yes, I'm gonna say that meme now just to get it out of the way.
Technically it was a fireball.
I took a fireball to the knee. And I had to go all the way back. As I was coming back, somebody just handed me the shield of protection. So I took it. And we pretty much made the plan that I was just going to block the archer, who was the dragon's head, with the shield, and then the other people went around and they attacked the dragon from behind, and then enraged the dragon because one of them hit him in the back of the head. And he didn't appreciate that very much. But either way, we killed the dragon. Those two with me died. And we went back, parading the head around, trying to find the other adventurers because it was just the three of us. Everybody else had disappeared. We finally find them trying to parlay with the witches, which we didn't know about. One of our peeps, who you will see in a second, she came running up looking like, about to tell us something important, and we were like, we saved the dragon, and she gave us this look of, oh. Yeah, about that. So, first LARP ever, I killed the dragon. It was amazing.
Hi guys, I'm Cat Campy. Also my first experience LARPing. I had fun, didn't do much, just kind of followed around, tagged along with everybody. But I mean, hey, I don't do much to begin with. This has been fun. Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Nyxarity. Also my first experience LARPing. It was pretty fun. Everybody was telling you about the dragon, but there was also the 3 witches and the 3 fairies, which was an interesting experience as well. It dealt with a lot of riddles, which was fun to kind of think through, and then it also took a lot of bartering and kind of trying to figure out what the witches were interested in, but they weren't really interested in much, so it was very complicated. By the end, I was going to go acquire a peace offering for the Red Witch when I ran into Eris and or Brenna as she went by in this
In-game?
LARP.
In-game.
In-game, yes. And so they told me that they had slayed the dragon, and I was like, well, I'm going to go get the peace offering anyways, because maybe it'll still come in handy. So I did, went back, and the Red Witch was very pleased, so I have the favor of the witches, as it should be.
If they're still alive.
Oh, they're still alive.
Okay.
No, nobody killed them. At the very end, the witch did end up killing pretty much the entire group with one fireball.
Except Brenna had the shield.
Brenna had the shield, and Cat Campy was out of the way, so she did not die either, but everybody else did. Overall, it was a fun experience. So we'll see what happens next.
We did it! We did it!
So much fun LARPing, oh my god, yes! In 2 weeks we have another event. It's a battle event, which could be very interesting because only Eris is good with a sword. And I've got an injured shoulder, so I'm trying to be left-handed when I'm right-handed.
Oh yeah.
Told you guys about that last week. I am better. Don't worry about it. I don't know what happened still, but it's all good. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little telling of what happened. So for a little bit more backstory, we were given an event page on Facebook that basically said that the princess of the land that we were in was traveling with her party to somewhere. I forget exactly the details there, but she was traveling with her party, and her party, one guy apparently made it back to tell us that the party had been attacked or just flat out died or something. And so we were supposed to go about finding this princess, but when we actually got there to the event, it ended up being that the adventurers had all been gathered together by this old man who was supposed to be paying them to clear out some brambles in front of his house because they were magic brambles, and every time he got pricked by it, he forgot what he was doing. You know, that whole little lose your mind, like you walk into your kitchen and you can't remember what you were doing there for whatever reason. And you know, can like leave and you remember. So he remembers everything that happened and, you know, remembered what he was doing. But at the time, you know, he lost his memory. So he went to go find people to help. Brought us back to his house. We tried to clear the brambles, and we awoke a possibly slumbering dragon. Or we just brought forth the, look, there are people here now. Apparently we want to be attacked. So, we had nothing to help us fight a dragon, so we all skedaddled the hell out of there because we didn't want to die. And then we came across a witch in the woods who happened to have a fairy and a magical item that the fairy enchanted, or their life force did, I don't know, something. Still very vague on the story there, but it was still cool. But yeah, so we had to answer riddles from her to move on and collect these items. She had 2 sisters, so we went on to talk to the second sister, who had another fairy and another magical item. The first magical item that we received was a shield that was fireproof, and the bearer of said shield was also fireproof because of this shield. So that obviously would come in handy fighting a dragon. Moving on to the second sister, she had an arrow that I believe later on we found out just flat out removes a limb that it hits. Which would have definitely come in handy slaying the dragon, but at this point in time we weren't entirely sure if we needed to slay the dragon because we just got the fuck out of there because dragon. So then we moved on down the road after answering more riddles. Oh god, kill me. My character Ren is a foxling, so she's supposed to be clever, and I didn't get very much sleep before I went LARPing, so I couldn't think when I was asked, you know, what happens or occurs once in a minute, twice in a moment, and never in 1,000 years. I was going, it's a letter, it's a letter, it's a letter, it's a fucking letter. What's the letter? Damn it, what's the letter? And it was like, the letter M. Duh. But anyway, so I'm apparently not a very clever foxling. I'll get better, I promise. I hope. Yeah. But yeah, so we moved on to the third sister, who very avidly wanted our arrow that we at the time had no idea what it would do. She very badly wanted it because she did not want us to kill the dragon, because the dragon apparently ate the 3 sisters' brother, and because their brother was such a nuisance, they decided to adopt the dragon into the family. I approve. It's a pretty smart thing to do. So that was interesting. Moving on, we ended up trading the fairy that went with the arrow and the arrow for a magical enchantment, I believe it was, so that any one of our weapons that the magical enchantment was attached to, only obviously one weapon at a time. Or, well, that wasn't really clear if it was one weapon at a time so that it could be transferred, or if it was just, you know, whatever weapon you attached it to, that was the enchantment done. But it was a tassel, so I'm assuming if it was a weapon lost or shattered, that we could put it on another weapon. But yeah, so we traded the arrow for the enchantment that removed brambles, so we were able to actually get to the dragon because the magical brambles were blocking our way. So we got the brambles removed, and the dragon was kind of fierce and destroyed half the party. So we went back. Now that the brambles were gone, maybe we can get that arrow back. And so our party ended up split, half and half. And half of us went to go ask the witches if we could trade the arrow and the fairy back. You know, if we could get that back and give them back their enchantment and their fairy. And of course, you know, that led to whole, you have buyer's remorse. Suck it the fuck up. Which I agree with. But we ended up trying to barter, basically, because they were old witches. We tried to barter giving them one of our souls, basically, so that they could be young again. Which ended up not needing to happen because the second half of our party decided to go back to slay the dragon, caught it sleeping, and killed that motherfucker. Hell yeah. As you heard in Eris's story. But yeah, so oh my god. Yay. I can't believe I missed that though because I was in the party that was trying to get the arrow, so I missed all of the action for my first LARP. But, I mean, it was still a fantastic experience, and I'm so glad that I went, and I will definitely be going to more, even though I suck with a sword. I suck really bad. I'm definitely much more of an archer, but because archery, even LARPing, can turn into an actual, you know, possibly deadly weapon really, really quickly. Yeah, we don't... There's a lot of rules involved in getting certified to be able to do that. So I will not be able to be an archer until I've been through that training and certification. So, yeah. But it will happen eventually because I'm really good with a bow. So that'll be fun. I also need to invest in a bow because those are kind of expensive, but I need one. But yeah, so there's my LARPing experience and the storyline that we went with. In the future, I would actually love to be able to start my own LARP. So if anybody is interested in that, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. It would be a lot probably like the web series LARPs. Shout out! Shout out! I love LARPs. I've watched it 5 times now in the last week, and I am that nerd, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I'll leave a link to their first episode in the description, because you guys should all go watch it, because there are so many inside jokes that will probably come up in later videos. Because fantastic. Yes. I've ranted enough about the things that I love, and people and shows and stuff for this video. So, sorry it's a little bit longer than normal My Thought Mondays, but I had to introduce you guys to live action roleplay, otherwise known as LARP, and hopefully it gets some of you guys interested in it, because, I mean, honestly, it's a very active sport, really, that occasionally has some really cool plot lines that, you know, you can just escape the world from for a little bit. I mean, my group that I just joined is, like, 20-year-olds and 40-year-olds. So people have been LARPing, some of the people in our group have been LARPing for like 20 years. And some of us are brand new babies. And it's still a lot of fun. So you never know until you try it. And I recommend you guys try it. In Seattle, the one that I'm doing is Dargarth. And they are actually a free LARP. There is no membership fee involved. It is a boffer group, which means that their weapons are foam, and their regulations are made in such a way that basically you're going to whack the hell out of the person that you're trying to quote-unquote kill in-game. So that is a lot of fun. It's also a little bit terrifying for me personally, because all of the research that I did was about pulling your punches because they were using foam latex, and boffer is completely different. So, if you want, you guys can go ahead and do your own research. There's a lot of information on YouTube, which is fantastic. Definitely check out Momo O'Brien and LARP Girl if you want more information, because they're a little bit less new at this than me. Some of them have been doing it for a while. There's plenty of tutorials on how to make your own weapons for boffer LARPs, and character creation. And it's a lot of fun, and you guys should definitely go check it out. But I've ranted for long enough, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a like. Join a LARP just for me. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Nyxarity signing off. See you guys. Bye.
Yeah, use that thing for a bit.
I'm not sure I want to give anything to Larry. No, because you're gonna put it in my fucking skull.